Welcome back to Peace of Mind, you guys. I'm just hopping on here real quick to share TikTokers' reaction to the Doge stimulus check. Let me know what you think in the comments, okay? Have a great day.
I've got an update on these $5,000 Doge dividend payments. Give me 1 minute and I'll give you the update. Now let's get into it. Now, there's been a lot of discussion as to whether or not we're going to actually be able to come up with the $2 trillion in savings overall to be able to afford these checks. Thankfully, Doge is on the case. Currently, we have 4.6 million government-issued credit cards that are used for expenses, which have gone up quite a lot in the past couple of years. Doge has currently uncovered about 12% in potentially fraudulent charges. Another $3 billion estimated in annual savings from improving inefficiencies with Social Security. Another $1 billion annually in potential waste, fraud, and abuse in DEI programs. But the biggest of all is probably going to come from these questionable Treasury payments. There's an estimated $4.7 trillion in untraceable budget line items. If you do some quick math, these checks might be bigger than we think. What have you been hearing? Leave your comments below.
Let me explain why I'm not the biggest fan of these Doge dividend proposed payouts and why you probably shouldn't be either. So imagine this. Imagine someone's been stealing from you for a really, really long time. And then magically, one day, they get caught. But then in exchange for freedom from consequences, those people who were stealing from you say, hey, I'm going to give you back a small, tiny portion, a tiny fraction of what I stole from you. Now, of course, any logical thinking person would say, no, I want everything you took from me, and I want you to face some sort of punitive measures for your actions. And essentially, that's what these Doge dividend payouts would be. A small drop in the bucket, $5,000, when you consider the vast amount of money that's been stolen from the American people. So what we should be asking for is the complete and total abolishment of the IRS, and also an end to these incessant property taxes, other taxes that we pay incessantly to or entities that are essentially stealing from us every minute of every day. Until they see real consequences, until they're held to account for their actions, just a small payoff, even if it comes from Trump and Elon, is not going to send the message that should be sent to these people. And that's why I'm not a big fan of these Doge dividend payouts and why you shouldn't be either.
A little while ago, President Trump announced to the media that he fully supports American taxpayers receiving large refunds from the savings that Doge has found. And he's hoping that we use it as incentive to go out and find more things that the government can save our money on. And if you're mad about that, God bless America.
So one of my clients saw my video about the $5,000 stimulus, and he said, that's a good idea. Like, I like the current administration. What are your thoughts? Well, let's just talk about the stimulus for a second. Let's say you have a household, spouse and a child. You have a mortgage, you have medical expenses, you have education expenses. The cost of education and medical things have been on the rise for decades, right? Housing costs have increased significantly over the last 5 years. Say you have a car, an old car, 2005 Dodge Ram, fully paid off. You have tons of credit card debt, struggling to make ends meet. Let's say you have identified some savings in your budget. So let's say you decide to shop at Walmart instead of Whole Foods, right? You've been a loyal Whole Food shopper, prices are increasing, blah, blah, blah. Now you're gonna get your groceries from Walmart, and now you've identified some savings in your monthly budget. And so you take those savings and you buy a new car. You buy a new car, right? Down payment on a new car. Now you have additional debt because you don't want people to think you're broke. Okay, that's my interpretation of this stimulus. And FYI, the federal government is $36 trillion in debt. Now imagine when that $5,000 stimulus gets paid out, tax-paying Americans have additional money, which in turn is supposed to stimulate the economy. Great. Influx of money, people will buy more things. Well, if we have a delay on goods from our trading partners in Asia, Mexico, Canada, and we have a shortage of goods and an increase in demand for those goods because now people have an additional $5,000, what do you think happens? That's okay. You don't have to guess. I'll tell you. When demand goes up and supply goes down, prices go up. So that's why a lot of people are feeling like this $5,000 stimulus is going to impact inflation. And for people who don't know, I'm a certified public accountant, but outside of that, my collegiate major was financial economics. Okay? This is literally what I went to school for and graduated with honors, no less, in financial economics. And I further went to sit for the CPA exam and passed. Okay? So I'm not just somebody just quoting information that I've seen in other social media sources. So hop in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you think I'm wrong.
Oh, guys, we did it. $8,000 dividend. Time to go buy absolutely nothing. $8,000 dividend, awesome. That should cover about 5 minutes of Elon Musk's next tweet pump. The $8,000 dividend is a joke. Rent, still sky high. Wages, still stuck in 2015. And eggs might as well be a luxury item at this point. But hey, at least we can buy like half a month's groceries before inflation eats that up. So yeah, enjoy your 8K Doge crumbs while the billionaires keep eating the whole cake. Still picking your pockets. They'll throw you an 8,000 Doge dividend and expect you to be grateful, while they make that in interest every second. They aren't struggling to make rent. They aren't worried about gas prices, and they sure as hell aren't checking the prices of eggs at the grocery store. They keep getting richer while we work 60-hour work weeks just to survive. If they really cared, wages would be livable, healthcare wouldn't bankrupt you, and nobody would be choosing between food and rent. But hey, I guess enjoy the scraps. Whatever.
So Doge has this savings account where they done saved up billions of dollars from American taxpayers. So Elon Musk and Trump has proposed that they will be giving $5,000 per household and 2,500 for a person. They were able to save this money from cutting down government wasteful spendings. If they done saved up billions of dollars, my question is, how often would they be giving this money back? Is it like a one-time payment, a two-time payment, or like every 6 month payment? And what's the catch behind it? And I know they said Americans. They're giving Americans. So when you say Americans, do you mean Americans? If you live in America and you're a working person and you pay taxes, you're going to receive it. It's like, I just need to know, who is this directed towards?
I got my $8,000 Doge stimulus check and I donated it directly to the National Abortion Fund. And I put in the note, make sure this goes to abortions that are just like strictly out of want. And specifically for late-term abortions. So it's only going to women who just hook up with too many people and then wait too long to get an abortion. And so they're having an abortion at like 9 months. So that's where my stimulus check is going. Let me know where yours is going.
Now, what do you guys all think about this stimulus refund that's not a stimulus? Now, for me, I'm still skeptical overall. I think the administration is moving extremely fast and just like throwing a lot of stuff at us. So I'm going to take it one day at a time. I'm not sure how much this is going to be a benefit for us in the future, but I know people could use this money right now. We're really in dire times. So